48-47, 48-47, 49-46. It's definitely JDM. And no! Wow!
Broadcasting live from an undisclosed location. This is the TCMMA podcast with your host, Chris Cross.
Whoa!
Dana White privilege.
Let's go, baby! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go, baby!
Dana White privilege. Privilege.
Welcome to the TCMMA podcast. It's your boy Chris Cross checking in, and it's the day after UFC 315, and what a night it was. I mean, what a night it was. We had 4 decisions to finish the night, and it didn't even seem like it. I mean, it did seem long, but it didn't seem like 4 decisions. That's because we had so many finishes earlier in the night. Canada, where it was held, right in Montreal, Canada, UFC 315, it was just rocking because they had some big wins by Canadians. Had some losses too, but the wins they had were just in dominant fashion. So we're going to jump into some of those today on the show. Then we got basically one big topic to discuss involving Dana White, and that's because he was absent at the press conference last night, and people are not happy about it, which really just goes to show how valuable the guy is. I mean, you see someone else get up there and talk, and it's boring, and I didn't even watch it. I didn't even, I usually watch it the next day anyway because it's like 2 in the morning. But I scrolled through and didn't see Dana White, so I didn't watch it. I mean, not like I'm protesting it or something. It's just Dana White's not there. I don't want to watch. I mean, he's the one that makes it exciting because he's like a Trump-style interviewer. He doesn't put up with no crap. He gives you the funny answers. And it's not the same when he's not there. But let's jump into what happened last night. We're going to go right through from the early prelims up to the main event, and it started rocking and rolling right away in a fight that we were dead wrong on. This was Beksat Almakam getting a huge victory to start the night. Both guys back to the center of the octagon. And clearly Almakam has some power. Oh, and he comes in with a nice right upper. Yeah, look at Katona's eyes. He's still engaging, but you could tell he respects the power, and he's thinking about it. Almakam staying in one spot, bouncing back and forth. Oh, big right uppercut. Oh, followed by some followed by some hammers. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, I knew this thing was going to start fast tonight. I just picked the wrong guy. Beksat Almakam gets the win. He's going to move to 13-2. And should have known better. A lot of times the hometown guys come out big time. So I thought Katona would get this win, but I was clearly wrong. Beksat Almakam is for real. From Kazakhstan, he's now 13-2. Oh, and he walked right into it. And that was it. Boom. Wow. That's got to be at least tied for performance of the night. What a finish. Almakam gets the win here. Opening fight, bantamweight division. Didn't take long. UFC 315. Yeah, so it didn't take long at all for Beksat to get the win, and one of like 3 monstrous KOs last night, and that got the crowd hype, no doubt about it. And this continued early on in the night. So let's get to next. Jasmine Jasudavicius finishes Jessica Andrade. Check this out. Jasmine flattens out Andrade now. She's trying to get the finish, and this crowd is going to go crazy in Canada if she can get the win here. Oh my goodness. Yeah, now she flattens her out. Oh, she's going to go underneath. She's going for it. Oh my God, this is going to be a huge victory for Jasmine. And it's over. She taps Jessica Andrade in the first round. Wow. And the crowd is going crazy. So listen, Canada's having a great night. And this is a huge win for her. Number 9 beats number 7 in women's flyweight division. So Jazz Devicious is on the rise. And she's 14-3 with a huge victory over a Brazilian on her resume. We all know how good Jessica Andrade is. Yeah, she's getting a little older. She's slowing down, but still to go in there and get the finish. And you see the takedown earlier, head on the hip. She lifts like a linebacker and boom, lands a takedown. Unreal. And slowly works her down until she gets a submission. So big win for Jasmine here. Women's flyweight division, UFC 315. Yeah, so a big win there for Jazzy Devicious, gets the crowd hype. And then next, one of my favorite fights of the night is just Marc-Andre Barriault doing his thing, and this got the crowd. Well, there's another one too, but this one especially got the crowd hype. Check this out. Barriault moving to his left, doing a lot of reaching with that jab. Now he backs off, so he's going to try to lull Bruno Silva in. And we know how good Bruno Silva is. He catches the leg, big right by Silva. Barriault tries to take him down. Is that really what you want to do with Silva? I don't know. But right now he's controlling him against the fence. And he's got the crowd behind him for sure as he lands a big left elbow. Now a knee to the body. Oh, he's doing a great job with these elbows here. Look at this. And another one. Oh, Silva goes down. Oh, and that's it. Marc-Andre Barriault finishes Bruno Silva. And it is loud in Canada. It is absolutely loud. And, you know, there's some big fights to come, but this is a Canadian landing a big finish against a Brazilian. And Bruno Silva is down. And this is a huge moment. Look at the crowd. They're going absolutely bananas. And he's on top of the octagon fence. He's in tears. And yeah, the crowd's loving this. This is something they want to see tonight, right? Every country wants to see their home fighters win. And especially where a lot of the fights are in America, right? When they go overseas, Canadian crowd is absolutely going crazy right now. Wow. Marc-Andre Barriault, 17-9. He was a slight favorite, but I don't know if anyone expected him to get a finish over Bruno Silva, who's a very, very tough competitor. I mean, I believe he went the distance with Alex Pereira back in the day. And if he didn't, he got deep into the third round. So I just can't remember if it was a finish or not, but it's a tough guy. But Barriault wins, 17-9, middleweight division, UFC 315. And a win over Bruno Silva is huge in the way that he did it. It's hard to explain. I mean, Bruno Silva's a guy that went toe-to-toe with Alex Pereira, you know, just a few years ago. And now Marc-Andre Barriault is finishing him. And another one last night that was great to watch was Mike Mallet against Charles Radke. Just got the crowd crazy because of the way that the fight finished. Not only did he land a big punch, then he, you know, utilizes the ground and pound quickly to stop the fight. Well, we thought this thing would be finished in the first, but here we go into the second. Canada's got a favorite in Mike Malott, and this crowd has been loud all night. But Charles Radke fighting well so far. Oh, and he takes a big left here early in the round. Crowd gets loud. Oh, big left by Malott. Woo! Oh, he's going to finish him. Woo! Dang! Dang! What the Canadians are stepping up tonight. Mike Malott gets the KO here about 30 seconds into round number 2. And the Canadian crowd is going crazy once again. And not only are the Canadians winning, they're winning big, man. They're winning big. And man, he landed like a big left, and then the follow-up shots, you know, bending over, Just 1, 2, 3, 4, boom. And the ref had to jump in quick. And Raki's feeling it. But what a great performance by Mike Malott. He gets the win. Crowd singing and dancing. They're loving it. And that's the way things go here at UFC 315. Yeah, so the crowd's loving it, right? And things would get even better in the main card. Um, as you get to, and we're probably jumping around here a little bit, but as you get to Benoit Saint Denis taking on Kyle Propolic, and a lot of respect for Kyle Propolic, a guy from Canada, so the crowd's going to be on his side. They also like Saint Denis, uh, and it's an interesting situation because Propolic, heavily outmanned in this fight, but he's taken on short notice and kept the fight alive for Saint Denis. So a lot of respect after the fight, but this is how Saint Denis closed it out. This is tough for Kyle Propolic. I mean, he was looking good for a little bit here, and now he's beginning to get tired, and now Saint Denis really going to go for the finish. Yeah, Propolic's in trouble now. He's going to have to tap here as he pushes off, and there it is. There it is. There's a tap, and Benoit Saint Denis gets the win, and he quickly talks to his opponent, and his opponent's going to be fine. But Saint Denis now helping him up and putting his hand up, and a lot of respect right there from Benoit Saint Denis. Kyle Propolic taking his fight on short notice. These two guys hug it out, and wow, very professional there by Benoit Saint Denis. He recognizes that the guy took the fight on short notice, which means he still gets the fight, right? He still gets the fight, and then he beats the guy in front of his home crowd. So a lot of respect there. Benoit Saint Denis gets the win now by submission. In a lightweight division here at UFC 315. Yeah, so big win for him. And at this point, and really after the next fight, we're 6-3 heading into the live watch party. So we're like, oh, this is going to be a great night. Things are going our way. And then things would take a downward spiral, right? Because we will lose the Jose Aldo fight, which to me, Jose Aldo won that fight 2-1, but he lost it 2-1. Then Shevchenko versus Manenfior. Manenfior fought very well after the first round. Started to figure things out, but she had to win 3 of the last 4, and she only won 2 of the last 4. So 48-47 across the board for Shevchenko. She retains the belt. And then in the main event, it was exciting. I mean, just what a fight for both Belal and JDM, back and forth throughout the entire thing. JDM, that's Jack Della Maddalena, by the way, seemingly getting the victory, but it was really too close to call, so we had to sit and wait. And and you get the most famous situation in all the UFC is when you go to a decision, you don't know who's going to get it, and it's either and still or and new. And this is how it turned out. Both guys coming together. This is going to be a huge decision, one of the best in the UFC situations because we don't know what's going to happen. And new or and still. Let's go. Here we go. Here we go. 48-47. 48-47. 49-46. It's definitely JDM. And no! Wow! Wow! Every time you hear that, it never gets old, bro. This guy took the opportunity, obviously, and capitalized on it. Unbelievable. And we have a new UFC welterweight champion, and he's from Australia. And JDM can't believe it. JDM can't believe it. Or Belal can't believe it. Unbelievable. JDM should be absolutely proud of himself. What a victory in this fight to capture the belt. New welterweight champion, Jack Della Maddalena, here at UFC 315. Yeah, so big ups to JDM getting the win. And just a wild night. And what that means is we lose the last 3. So we go from 6-3 to 6-6. And worse, we picked the main event wrong. So now we're down to 6-8 on the year. So we battled back to get to 500. at 6-6, and now we've got 2 straight defeats. So listen, as we've been saying throughout the year, the main event has been really tough. We're still plus 40 overall in terms of wins and losses, and we'll take that right now. You know, we want to be over plus 50 by the end of June, if not more. So, you know, plus 100 by the end of the year is decent, not great, but decent, and that's the marker. So we're okay overall right now, but the main event is just terrible. Now, the big story last night was that Dana White was not at the UFC post-fight press conference, and everybody's trying to figure out what the heck is going on, right? Why does he not show? Why is he letting other guys do this? It's completely boring. I scrolled through and halfway through, you see someone else come out, and usually in the post-fight press conference, you're sitting there waiting 15 minutes to a half hour, waiting for Dana White to come out. You're willing to wait because he's going to come out and it's going to be fireworks. But that didn't happen, and it's just not as exciting, and I'm sure not as many people watched. I'm almost positive. So what is going on with Dana White? People are reacting today. They think he's given up on the UFC, all this. I don't think it's that. I just think he's, you know, delegating the responsibility a little bit. But and this goes to show you when Dana White ever walks away, which won't be for a while, but when he does, they're going to need someone there with some energy, someone that knows how to talk to the media. And without Dana White there, it's definitely concerning because we're getting a look at the future, and it's kind of scary. That's the bottom line. So some people weighing in today. Let's get through it. First, you got Flying Bacon says uh, rigged judges in the Jose Aldo fight, which I agree. I mean, not rigged, but I think Jose Aldo won that fight. It just came down to the second round, and I think Jose Aldo did enough to get it there. And what happens is, again, what I was worried about, as I said through that fight, is human nature. Aldo wins round one, then he wins round two, but it's close. So the judges are looking at this thing like, I don't think it's 2-0. Like, I'm going to give the other guy a round, whatever, whatever. And that's the way that it turned out. And Iman Zahabi got the win. Adives Moulet says, thanks for the nice comments. Benoit St. Denis versus Kyle Propolic. That's what we're here for. In terms of Beksat Almakam, Hoku said, here after the fight, you're old as heck and terrible at picking fights. Glad I faded you. Yeah. So, and you see this, right? On a bad, like when we went 13-1 a few weeks ago, nothing. Everybody goes dark. But we have a 6-6 night. Everybody's got something to say. Hated Vaughn says crazy KO in the Mark Barriall fight, no doubt. 49ers faithful forever. Long time subscriber, always in the comment section. Love it. He says Santos looked really good on short notice and going up a weight class. Yes, he did early on. Also, he says started the card with a banger. Make no mistake about it. At Hoku back again, trolling says, you never seem to amaze me on how wrong you consistently are. And that's the first fight of the night, right? We went 6-2 after that, but he's jumping on us early. At Wasabolo says, Umar didn't dominate that fight. If you watched it, you would know, right? And talking about the prediction for Katona versus Almakam. And then you got Daniel weighing in, dude, forget this. I need to know what complete loser you think is going to dominate. Yeah. Yep. We love it. At Ryan Johnson, Navajo Sterling is definitely going to be a future champ, in my opinion. No doubt. Altapo Mactapo is back. I don't believe Belal is fully recovered. Belal was born in the USA. His parents are from Palestine, not him himself. Yeah, and I get that, but he's repping it hard, man. He's repping it hard. At Merck's Fame says, I don't know why you don't get more views. And it's a great question, you know. But this weekend, UFC 315 was the best weekend of all time in about 5 or 6 years. Not even close. I mean, I don't know why. Didn't expect it to be, but it just was. So, at Heem says, at TCMMA podcast, update microphone and sound louder. Next video, you go viral. And yeah, I agree. I mean, we're constantly messing with the audio, but it's like whenever we raise it, it just starts to clip. It starts to get too loud, especially on the podcast part. So we'll keep adjusting it and maybe just dialing it up little by little. Um, but we'll see. Mactapo says, "Good on you, bro, for last week, Rainier de Ritter beating Bo Nickel." So those are just some of the things coming in the comments section. We want to break those down really quickly. I'm sure there'll be more when we're wrong, and especially this week when we do the podcast and we focus on the big four fights and we miss 3 out of 4 of them. You know, we're going to take some heat, and it's part of the job. I mean, it's part of it. When we go 13-1, no one says boo, and when we go 6-6 and lose the main event, everybody is an expert. That's just the way it goes. I mean, that's just the way it is. But listen, that's going to do it. Time for your boy to get some rest. And when I say get some rest, that means I'm going to be working on some UFC predictions for this coming week. Next week, UFC Vegas 106, Burns versus Morales. Morales 17-0, so we're looking forward to that. So stay tuned. We'll be back soon. This is your boy Chris Cross. Have a great day. God bless as always. Peace.